In this recording, I'd like to comment about the most bizarre presidential election pledge or promise that has ever been made in the history of Kenya. Okay, and this, of course, is Raila Odinga's pledge to legalize Changaa. Politically, it's going to gain him a lot of votes. Yeah, Changaa, alcohol generally wins votes. Just ask Mtudo. Yeah, was voted emphatically out because of the Mtudo laws. Yeah, people like the alcohol. The vast majority of people partake, and if you try and interfere with that fund they have, which makes life bearable, then definitely you're going to be voted out. Okay, so by pledging to legalize Changaa and probably make it clean, make it affordable, make it well, it's already affordable, just a matter of making it more hygiene and more palatable, more drinkable to people. Raila Odinga has scored very high amongst the voters. Now, you know, we have a very big problem with many armchair analysts. Yeah, many people who analyze politics in Kenya today are educated people. Yeah, they are people who live in comfortable surroundings, and they have absolutely no idea how the ordinary Kenyan lives. Yeah, like I've just taken in a video from a guy seated in Australia, in some university in Australia, commenting about some very crucial political issue in Kenya, and the guy has got it all wrong. How can he get it right seated in Australia, seated in very comfortable surroundings in a Western country, and then you're commenting about something in Kenya happening on the ground? Wow. Chances of getting something right are very high. So in the same way, you know, a lot of people do not realize that life is very hard for the ordinary Kenyan. I'm not supporting alcoholism, but many of them need at least some form of entertainment at the end of a hard day. They can't afford to go over to the club like most of you. They can't afford to go over to the local and take in the latest soccer match between Arsenal and somebody else. They can't. Yeah, and so their entertainment outlets are very limited, and Changaa is crucial for many of them. Okay, these people are not poor because of their fault. Yeah, I know a lot of rich people, a lot of middle class people believe that poor people are stupid. Very sad. It's not. It's circumstances of life. So he has scored big on that score. However, in my view, it's a reckless pledge. I say that because as a president, you should be able to look at the welfare of every single person in the country, and should be sensitive to every single person in the country within the borders of Kenya. Now, when you start saying you want to legalize Changaa, it's not going to be taken well in Central Province. And I think it is obvious to most of us. Alcohol, illicit alcohol, has ruined the men in Central Kenya. Yeah? Alcohol has caused, I can even call it a massacre. Alcohol has massacred our Kikuyu brothers. Yeah. Now, I've been very fortunate to have lived for a very long time amongst Kikuyus, and as I've said many times, Kikuyus are my in-laws. So I'm very close to these people. Alcohol has destroyed our Kikuyu brothers, and therefore one needs to be sensitive when you say you want to legalize Changaa. Of course, Luhya will be very happy. Luhyas are very strong. They eat healthy. They have a very nice, healthy local drink called busa, which is alcohol, but it's also uji. And it's also appetizing. It's also nutritious. Yeah, and therefore they'll take the Changaa issue completely differently, because somebody will have their busa, and then they will take Changaa to make sure the effect is better, or the effect is more dramatic. And then the next day you'll find them in the shamba working very hard. That is not the situation in Central. Central is very different. People have just sunk into alcoholism. You know, serious alcoholism. It has destroyed families, just destroyed lives, and so on. So as a president, you should be able to have a bird's eye view of everything. Yeah, and when you make a pledge, you should have fine pledge to legalize Changaa, but then also say something about our brothers and sisters in Central Province. Be all inclusive, include everybody. I think this is an especially sensitive time for the Kikuyu people, because I know a lot of Kenyans are against them, but the truth is they feel very isolated, they feel very scared. Yeah. This is the time to pull them and tell them, look, my brother, you're also fellow Kenyans. Yes, we don't like the way you talk about the market and so on, but you're our brothers. Yeah, this is not a time to push them away. This is a time to, and a presidential candidate should be on the forefront of doing that. Okay, he should, even if he knows his hand of friendship will be rejected, he should still offer it, because he's the president. He's hoping to be a president, yeah, and therefore he should be able to reassure everybody that if he becomes president, everybody in the country will be safe, everybody in the country will be secure, everybody in the country will be included in his presidency. Yeah, that is my view. Now, I know many people will not like what I've said, but I normally speak straight from my heart. I don't hide anything. I don't try and play politics to please everybody. That is from my heart. This is Chris Kumekucha. Until next time.